In our bodies, we have two organs the size of fists that look like beans. These organs are our kidneys. The kidneys can be found at the lowest level of the rib cage on either side of the spine. Kidneys filter about half a cup of blood every minute, removing waste and extra water to make urine. The kidneys can filter and return about 200 quarts of fluid every 24 hours. Kidneys remove acid that is produced by cells of your body and maintain a healthy balance of water, salt, and minerals. Kidneys contain up to 1 million working units called nephrons. Nephrons can then be broken down into two main filtering units called glomeruli and tubules. A glomerulus is made up of a cluster of blood vessels, and it is the glomerulus's job to filter blood that enters the kidneys. The blood enters through the renal artery to the interlobular artery to the afferent arterioles to the glomerulus and out the efferent arterioles to capillaries and tubules and eventually the renal vein exit. The glomerulus will filter blood and remove small molecules, excess water, and waste while allowing proteins and blood cells to remain in the stream. The ultrafiltrate produced by the glomerulus may then contain water, glucose, bicarbonate, urea, and creatine, as well as multiple ions. The ultrafiltrate is subjected to the second half of the nephrons, which, as mentioned earlier, are the tubules. The proximal convoluted tubule will return necessary substances to your blood, such as sodium, glucose, amino acids, and further removal of waste and excess acid through reabsorption. The glomerulus will then reabsorb the correct levels of water, minerals, and nutrients and the ions needed by the body. The next step in the tubule is the loop of Henle. This area creates a concentration gradient that allows for the reabsorption of waters, sodium, chloride, calcium, and potassium. Next is the distal convoluted tubule, which further reabsorbs ions and regulates the pH of urine. This tubule regulates pH by secreting protons and absorbing bicarbonate. Along the journey through the kidney, you have collected a lot of fluid and other waste that is then transformed into urine. The urine will flow from the kidneys to the bladder via two thin muscular tubes or ureters, located on each side of your bladder. The bladder will then store urine for 1 to 8 hours. Approximately 2 quarts of urine is secreted from the body, while 198 quarts of fluid are recovered by the body within 24 hours. If the kidneys fail to function properly, the body would be subjected to multiple problems, such as nerve, muscle, and tissue failure to remove waste products from the body, failure to balance body fluids, lack of control of blood pressure due to lower amounts of hormone release, lack of production of red blood cells, and bones would fail to have access to active form of calcium and could therefore become weaker.